Are unattractive people really treated differently? Yes. And there are actual studies that confirm this. Physically attractive people are more likely to be hired, receive shorter jail sentences, receive more empathy from others, etc., etc. I had this friend at work who was like supermodel hot. I loved going places with him because it was like visiting another world. Everyone was so friendly, chatty, and offering to bend over backwards to make him happy. I've never been treated that way once in my life. When I was in high school, this one kid shouted out, "Hey ugly." Then he proceeded to tackle me. I didn't even know the guy. So yeah, to answer your question, unattractive people are treated differently. Much easier to dismiss, I'd say. Attractive people will have others coming out of the woodwork to treat them well, help them out even if not asked for it, and make their lives easier. Unattractive people don't get those perks, and are in a way expected to get back in their lane if they complain about it or try to leave that lane. Attractive people say looks don't matter. Wealthy people say money doesn't matter. Check out a bunch of memes for the rest of this. Yes, I'll use myself as an example. I grew up really attractive and skinny. I would have strangers come up to me asking if I modeled and ask for my number, etc. People were so nice to me despite me being a complete bitch. I was a teenager, okay. I entered a deep depression 2 years ago after an accident and gained 50 pounds plus. Let me just say it's eye-opening. People treated me like I didn't matter anymore. My friends all mysteriously went away during one of the worst times of my life. I had people shut doors in my face, give me dirty looks, and make rude comments. I've lost some of the weight since then, and of course I'm being treated differently again. This experience has literally changed my life. Showed me how superficial everything is and that 2 good friends are better than 20 fake ones. 100%. As someone not considered attractive, I am one of the most forgettable person. People from school or work barely remember me. You never went to school? As a person who lost 70 pounds and actually looks better. Yes, and a lot worse. Oh my god. Yes. I've personally experienced both. I've been conventionally unattractive, very overweight, acne, unkempt hair, and conventionally attractive, thin, clear skin, healthy curls, a youthful-looking face. At different points in my life, the difference is night and day. People did not treat me like a person before. They would either look right past me like I wasn't there, or they would look all over my face at my acne but never at my eyes. It honestly makes me upset sometimes when they treat me like a person now in ways I know for a fact they didn't before. In a group conversation, the most attractive people get heard first. Have you lived in the woods by yourself your whole life? This happens all the time. Especially if you're an attractive woman. You can get by with a lot. As far as unattractive people, you may be bullied when growing up. But from then onwards, if your looks haven't changed from conventionally unattractive, and you're not very sociable, you might just be ignored by a lot of people, to say the least, fortunately. When people get older and mature more, a lot of people really don't care about how you look and would have no problem socializing with you. They just might not be romantically interested. Yes, they're ignored or discredited or talked down to. People aren't as inclined to help them either. My cousin works as a cocktail waitress at a casino. She's gorgeous, as are most of her colleagues. Men literally give them money just because they're nice to look at. Not even for a chance or for their time. They'll be like, "Here's $100, and walk out of the casino. It's wild lol. ETA. Meanwhile, I wouldn't call myself unattractive, but definitely nowhere near my cousin's level of attractiveness. When we are together, it's like I don't exist. That being said, attractiveness is relative. Emo. I've seen people that others drool over or are conventionally attractive, and I just don't get it. I can appreciate how people find them attractive, but they're just not my type, I guess? Or they have hideous personalities and thus instantly unattractive in my eyes. It's a subconscious thing. We're all trained to do it. I've gone out with friends who very much have pretty privilege, and the things we get away with are insane. I don't consider myself unattractive, but I'm certainly not conventionally attractive. Oh man, but if you're hot, the world is your oyster. People will go out of their way to make you happy or be liked by you simply because you're attractive. I've seen service workers straight up ignore people who are unattractive. Restaurants will seat them in the worst places while giving the attractive people the best spots because they want to sell their establishment as attractive. They'll straight up put the pretty people in public view because they attract clientele. As someone who used to ride the line of attractiveness and now is squarely in not attractive territory, I can confirm that yes, pretty privilege totally exists. Even when I felt more attractive, I wasn't conventionally attractive. Or so many people told me. Said it was a toss-up whether or not pretty privilege existed for me. I think the worst was when it didn't. But certain people around me assumed it did and treated me worse because of it. If that makes sense. Like, certain women I used to hang around with became overprotective if I talked to their boyfriends when I repeatedly assured them I had no interest in their dusty men. And I've had people write off certain issues I vocalized because, well, you're pretty so you wouldn't understand, when I considered myself a Midwest 4. Maybe a 5 on a good day. Now that I'm middle-aged and fat, I'm pretty much ignored, or sometimes even spoken down to. I don't care if people ignore me, but I hate being spoken to as if I were intellectually challenged. I'm oldish, but I look totally different with hair, makeup, wardrobe. I look kinda old hag if I go out plain and not brush my hair. It's long, and I don't care what I'm wearing. Totally different experiences out in the world. I am invisible if I'm a mess. I'm also pretty tall and skinny, so if I dress up I wear clothes well. But yeah, it's also about the perception of your success or money. So wearing nice jewelry helps a lot. I've always been pretty, and yes, I was always treated nice. But I'm also very polite. Yeah, I dropped 40 kilograms and noticed a big difference in how I was treated. This is the one area where discrimination is real, persistent, and accepted. I've been a size 8. I am now a size 22. I used to be able to go for a walk without strangers yelling fatty at me. Now it's almost an everyday occurrence.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.